Hey everybody, welcome back to Mighty Modern. I'm Corbin and we are unfortunately going to mulligan, but this hand's a keeper. I'm going to bottom that. We just need land here. We're on the draw. This hand's actually pretty sweet. Obviously, I don't know what our opponent's doing, but I do like our hand. I'm going to fetch a basic island here. I don't know what our opponent's doing, but we might not need to do ourselves damage, so... I mean, we probably will end up shocking ourselves next turn, but it's possible we don't. Right? Like, if we just draw another fetch lane, we can fetch a basic, or we draw a Botanical Sanctum, something, right? Then we can just play a Lord and following the Command Speaker at the end of the turn and never have to take damage from the breeding pool, which may or may not matter. Our opponent could be on just a control deck or a combo deck. It doesn't matter, but he, could also be on something he wants to deal us damage. Looking like it's more like blue-white control, though. So having the vial's good. There's no caverns in this list, so that's unfortunate, but... Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, I still think we're up to this plan, so... If he tries to remand it, we'll Curse Catcher. If not, we'll have Command Speaker at the end of his turn. Okay, it resolved. That's not bad. No idea what our opponent's doing. We might just be getting Supreme Verdict. I think blue-white is a really bad matchup for Merfolk, especially I think probably not great for this version. Okay, so it is Jeskai, so our life total does matter, so that's good to know. Also, I feel like Jeskai is probably more beatable than just blue-white. Take this thing up. Silvergills and Merfolk Branchwalkers are very good, though. And this deck has plenty of them. So those are great cards in this matchup. So Smuggler's Copter if we can draw it. We're getting Spellquellered, though. It's unfortunate. At least we still get to attack. Alright, well, we got our opponent down to 13. The Spellqueller is pretty good. We have 2 Dismembers in the main, or more likely we're going to Harbinger this thing to get our Lord back, which is pretty nice. We need to win game 1 because the sideboarded games feel like they're going to be pretty uphill once he sideboards into Verdicts or Anger of the Gods or any number of things that blow us out. Alright, another Merfolk down. Oh, he didn't attack. Interesting, alright. I can just always know this thing. It's never going anywhere. Yuck. Alright, well, we'll play Curse Catcher. And play the Vial. Alright, well, bad news is we can't attack. Good news is he can't either, I guess. Also, news is that we're going to be able to do whatever we want with our draws here in a few turns. Only thing we really don't want is land. We're going to have a Vial on 2 and a Vial on 3. Opponent could have Resto Angel up right now. Alright, Spreading Seas is actually pretty decent here. We can cut him off of white mana. Find out if it's a Resto Angel. I would normally target the red, but he, obviously you cut him off a color when you can, so that's what we're going to try to do. Don't know. I don't feel like we're in a great spot right now. Oh, it's Electrolyze, huh? That's pretty good. Alright, well there's the Dismember, so that's pretty good. Still can't attack. Alright, he's 4 cards in hand, and he obviously had... Oh, he's getting ballsy here, alright. I'm actually going to play this slow here, and this could be wrong. I need to F3, huh? I didn't get punished for it, so that's fine. In fact, this is just completely fine for us. Alright, I'm going to give this a shot. This gets blown out by some stuff, but we'll see. Having 2 vials on 2 might be better, actually. Ooh, it is the Resto Angel. Okay. Alright, so he wants to blink his guy, and I want to bounce his guy in response. Wait. He blinks his guy. Does he get a... I don't know how this works. Does he get to get the spell back? Because what happens is it leaves play, then returns to play, and it's all at the same time. So this trigger will be on the stack. So it will be in play. I don't know how this works. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look this up. Just so I don't mess up this turn. I've not encountered this before. I think the way it would stack is that the leaves play trigger, and then the enters play trigger goes... Well, I guess they'd be at the same time, which means I think my opponent would be able to stack them how they want and then re-exile our spell. Of course, I'm sorry, of course the internet's not going to be helpful here. I don't know how this works. Okay, I'm sorry, that actually wasn't very helpful at all. I couldn't find it real quick. Okay, so I think what happens is it'll come back into play, and then both of his abilities will trigger, because this ability has to resolve completely before anything that happens with this. So it will be in play, at which point there will be a leaves and enter the battlefield both on the stack, which he can order any way he wants. But even if he orders it where the leave happens first and then the enter, I would get to cast it because he has to choose targets for him. So I think this works for us. All this does is create a block for him. Okay, so now we have to figure... But we'll have a 3/3, and in fact it's going to have Island Walk. So, I mean, if this is, I guess, a bolt or something that matters, I think I let this happen. I could lose the match due to not understanding this. I guess I am a judge. It's apparently not a very good one. But I think this works how we want it to. And then I get a Dismember's Angel, so... Okay, yeah. So this is going to happen, and then I'm going to get to cast this card. Okay. Cast, okay, yes. Cast Master of the Pearl Trident. I mean, this could still work out poorly for us if he has the Bolt, I guess. But apparently it doesn't, and it worked out great for us. So, I guess I was just very good at Magic there. Yeah, my opponent said star, star, star in chat. Don't think he understood how that was going to work. Alright, well, that worked out pretty well for us. Now I'm going to dismember the crap out of this. Okay. Okay, so that worked out pretty well. Our opponent took damage. We killed his Restoration Angel. I guess he just didn't know how it worked because he mind-gamed me. I didn't think it would work, and it didn't work, but I had to verify. I had to try to figure it out. Alright. Alright, well then, I guess we're in business. I mean, it wasn't going to work out for him no matter what, because we could have Harbingered it in response to that, and then just never cast another spell in this game and just use Vials instead. So, I don't think there was a situation where it was going to work out great for him regardless, but it worked out, you know, better. It worked out great for us, so... Alright, here we go, and look how good that is. It's a 4/3 Island Walker with a Scry 1 attached to it. That's so good. I don't think I play the Harbinger. I think we might still get value out of it later, and I don't think playing it now changes anything given the, you know, infinite mana our opponent has up. I do think I'm still just going to say no to both of these. I think having both of them on 2, at least so long as we have Harbinger, is better than having one on 3. In case we were to draw Reejerey. Okay, well, I guess we bash. I mean, we might get blown out still, I guess. I guess maybe, yeah, I mean, there's no way in which we... There's no world in which we don't get blown out, so... I don't know. Why not? We'll send in the team. If he has another Restoration Angel, we're in quite a bit of trouble. Snapcaster Electrolyze is pretty good, too. Alright, Snapcaster Bolt, sure. Bolt the Lord. Kill the Speaker for free. Trade with the Branch Walker. Yeah, that's pretty good for our opponent. Alright, well, just a stupid spell queller and we're at 10 life, so we'll see what we can draw here. Opponent still has a bunch of cards in hand. Okay, another Branch Walker. Alright. Well, we're going to pass here. Branch Walker is pretty good. I mean, it certainly helps in situations like this. In a previous iteration of the deck, that would basically be a, you know, it would be a Mirror Reader or something that wouldn't do much for us here. But as, I mean, we might be Bolt Snap Bolted dead here, but that's Magic. See what our opponent is up to. I don't know, maybe I should have Harbingered in combat there, and since we don't plan on casting another spell, I do think I'm probably going to end up playing it at the end of the turn, so maybe it would have been better to do it then. Reejerey, huh? Okay. Guess we'll keep it. And I do think I want to do this now. So yeah, I probably should have done it in combat to save myself 2 life. It doesn't change much if he has a Resto Angel, because he can still attack me for 5 and I'd be at 8 and I'd still be in bolt range. So yeah, this is great. He can have it back in his hand, but it just taxes him because I'm not going to cast another spell this game. In all likelihood anyways. I guess our opponent... I believe Reveal is... So yeah, that's the downside of Explore. It's not technically Scry, because our opponent knows what it is, and he knows it is a Lord. Our opponent might also just have Resto Angel Bolt and we're dead, so... Oh, just Spell Queller, huh? Alright. Well, I don't think we're winning this game. Our opponent has just infinite cards, but we have to make the plays available to us. I mean, it's doing this. Yep, he had it. Okay, we're going to get him down to 5 here. So yeah, I would have had 2 more life if I had sequenced that a little differently, which might be pretty relevant. We'll see. Not sure what we're hoping to draw here. Silvergill or Branchwalker, I suppose. Not that. So yeah, we'll see. Might have cost myself the game. The fact that our opponent's doing this means we're probably dead regardless. We'll see here. Yeah. Yeah, he had another Queller, so that 2 life mattered. Oops. Because we would be at 2 on this. And we were going to die anyways, but still. Alright. Alright, game 2. Game 2, game 2. Spell Queller is an annoying card, huh? Alright, I think we want these. I mean, honestly, our deck's set up pretty well here. I like everything. Probably fewer speakers. Negate is probably good. Dispel's probably better. I think I'm going to cut the Reader, play the Negate. I think we need Dismembers. We probably don't need the Spreading Sea. I think the Spell might be better than that. Alright, well, here we go. We got a lot of creatures. Fewer, but like in matchups like this, sometimes you'd board out the Curse Catchers anyways, so boarding out the Speakers is kind of fine. At least you don't ever get baited into attacking with Curse Catcher like you do with Speaker. But this is pretty well set up. The Spreading Seas could be Negates, but I actually think the better is Spreading Seas because you can mess them up on red mana and so on. And this hand seems pretty good. No Vial, which is great in the matchup, but this is a nice curve. Curse Catcher into Branchwalker into Spreading Seas plus Lord. And there's even a Mutavault here. I like it. It will certainly take it anyways. Alright, we do have to deal ourselves damage, unfortunately. Which again is the downside of this deck. We're dealing ourselves possibly up to 4 damage here. There's no way we can play basic forest. The deck just can't handle basic forest when you're playing all the double blue cards we are. But we dealt ourselves 1 fetching, and I'll let him have that. Probably going to have to deal ourselves 3 on this next turn to play Branchwalker, so it's kind of rough. So all in all, we'll have played the game having lightning bolted ourselves, and one of the strengths of Mono Blue Merfolk is that never happens. Of course, on the other hand, we're getting to play this on turn 2, and that's pretty powerful. And on turn 3. I think Burn's probably the matchup where it hurts you the most. And that is a real matchup in Modern. I mean, it's a good deck. Alright, this seems fine. Opponent knows we have it, but it's still a good card. Look at that. 3-2. It's actually super relevant because our opponent was playing Electrolyze in their deck. And very good card. Love this card. I just want to buy the original art for this and Silver God up and frame them next to each other on my wall. Alright, well, we have some options here. I think I'm going to just attack first, see what happens, and then I'm going to try to spreading Seas the Canal. Maybe not. I'm just going to play Branchwalker. Yeah, we've been bolted. Sure. More where that came from. Oh my gosh, the value is real. That said, I kind of messed up by playing a land there. Okay. Well, we'll see where things go from here. There you go. It was a Silvergill that time around. Yeah, I shouldn't have played my land. Alright. I'm going to get properly punished for it as well. I'm going to go ahead and Spreading Seas this thing after combat. I think it's more important to take our opponent off red mana than white. Because, you know, Bolt, Snap, Bolt sort of thing is probably worse for us than a Wrath, even though Wrath is obviously good against us too. Well, we didn't get that punished. Still use all of our mana that turn. It hurts if our opponent plays Verdict right now. There's just not much you can do about that. And he's not going to play Verdict. Good. This deck doesn't play a lot of Verdicts. It probably leans more on other things. I mean, it has some, but... Electrolyze both Curse Catchers, huh? So... I guess both my Curse Catchers are going to die regardless, so I may as well do this. And he won't have targets, so he won't draw a card. So he's still going to 2-for-1 me, but at least it won't be a 3-for-1. Interesting that he chose both Curse Catchers instead of the Branch Walker. Okay, well, I cannot play... both Lords on this turn, so I think I just do this. Get in for 6 while we can. This is not an easy board state for our opponent to deal with here. He's got a lot of cards in hand, but a tapped land there, okay. And I get to replay the same turn here where I try to resolve. He's got Cryptic Command mana open, which is fine. I still get to attack if he Cryptic Commands. Alright, and that's what's going to happen here. Okay, so the way this works, for people who don't know, my opponent's going to counter the spell and tap down our guys, but when we move to combat, we can activate Mutavault still. Well, I guess in this case it doesn't matter because he didn't do it on the move to combat. We can just activate it in our main phase, but... in a situation where you suspect your opponent has Cryptic, and they're going to use it not to counter a spell... but to tap down your team on combat, you can move to the beginning of combat, at which point they can do nothing, and then you have to declare attackers. But if they do something, and you're expecting you're expecting a Cryptic, then they cast Cryptic Command, tap down your team. You then get priority back in the beginning of combat to activate Mutavault, and you can still declare it as an attacker. So you can, sometimes they don't have it, and then you don't get to activate your Mutavault because you've passed priority, but it does allow you to play around Mutavault. Okay, so this is lethal, as is. So I think that we play the Curse Catcher. Well, the problem is this isn't lethal. You could just bolt this. If I play the Lord, they're both lethal, though. I'm going to do that. Now he needs double removal or triple, he needs a lot of different things here. He could have Cryptic for this, plus removal for the Mutavault. It looks like he probably does. Oh, he's spell coloring. Okay. If I fire up the Mutavault and attack, I think I do. This could go badly. I mean, our opponent's clearly going to kill this. And then he's going to kill one of our guys, but we're going to knock him to 1. I think knocking him to 1 is worth it here. Yes, we're not, because Snapcaster. That was the literal best for him there. And that's why I considered playing the Curse Catcher instead of the Lord. Yeah, our opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. We still have cards. I don't know. I could have, if I play Curse Catcher there instead, maybe it's better. It stops him from doing that exact line, and then on this turn we have a Lord, but our opponent also attacked, which is curious. Play Curse Catcher. He now has enough to fire up Colonnade too, for what it's worth. Oops, don't cast with Flash, just cast. Alright, we'll see if we get the bounce off here. Alright, so obviously our opponent has it back in hand and can... Oh, can he just recast it? Is that how this works? Oh, that's awkward. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I wanted the 2/2 body in play, so it's doing that no matter what, but... That's kind of annoying. That's not a fun interaction. It doesn't... I wanted the 2/2 body in play. I was expecting to not get anything out of it, so... Gosh, the lightning bolt too. He's out it all over there. And we still might be able to force through the last points of damage here, but what he's got. Wow. These have been a very, very good sequence of draws for him. This is where in Old Merfolk you could draw a Master of Waves. We cannot. Opponent only has one card in hand, so that's a thing. That's not exactly what we were looking for. And we can at least turn off the Colonnade. That slows down the beats. Alright, so getting Violent Play, also very relevant. It actually will make our opponent live in fear of attacking us. But now we need to draw our way out of it before our opponent does. He's got one card in hand, we don't know what it is, so... We have some bad draws for sure. We have a lot of land we can draw. Copter's pretty bad here. Of course, there's only the one Copter, but we do have a lot. Silvergill is not good until our next turn. There's the Silvergill. You need to reveal a Merfolk to play it. We obviously can't do that, so we will have to wait until next turn when we can vial it in. Opponent has one card in hand, no Colonnade. One card, probably pretty good here. Opponent asked if we were playing Collected Company. We are not. But think about how lopsided this game probably would have been if it was in our hand and we just never got to play it. Or if we drew two of them and we never got to play them and we just die because we put no pressure on the board and he just, you know, quellered us early and snapped us. Snap, bolt, one of those. Bolt, snap, bolt. Alright, so we are passing the turn. Opponent has one card in hand, only 2 damage at present. And then hopefully next turn we can just start sequencing some creatures together to try to poke through the last points of damage here. We also have, well, depending on what's in our opponent's hand, 0 turns to draw Dismember, but I don't think that we're favored to win here, but we got a shot. That's a pretty good one. And as a matter of fact, we can cast it with Flash. And I guess we decided we don't like how that interaction works, but... Do I cast it with Flash? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to save myself the life points this time around. So yeah, as we know, this interaction doesn't work how we want it to, but it does. Again, it gives us a creature, which is relevant in itself when our opponent's at 3 life. I wonder if there's also an argument to not use the ability and just have a 2/2 at the end of the turn, and just have. Oh, he let us have it, and he has the Anchor of the Gods. Oh, that's pretty good. Regardless, we saved ourselves to life. Our opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. one of which is a Spell Queller, and we have this Silvergill here. Relic's not a bad draw. Kira's not a bad draw either. We are going to have to wait till next turn to vial it in, but... Alright, this is fine. He's scary enough about his life total. We trade... See, now we can just play Kira. Because, yeah, the Spell Queller kills our Silvergill, but it means it's not countering a spell later. So it means we get our Kira down a turn earlier, which is a problem for him. It's an aggressive attack, alright. I mean, we might be dead. It might be bolt snap bolt time. Which would mean he top decked some amount of that, so it would be pretty good for him, but... Alright. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. We're hanging in there. Okay, well, it's a magic card. Pretty good one. Unless we're dead, and if he has Lightning Bolt, we are dead. If he has Snapcaster, we're dead. If he has Resto Angel, we're probably dead. I think we're dead. I could not attack. That feels pretty bad. If I crack the Relic, I mean, there's no reason to crack the Relic. I think most of whatever we draw, we can vial in. Okay, we might just be one turn too late here. I think we're just gonna. So I think it means we have to make him have Lightning Bolt or Electrolyze, which means we attack. Because if it's Resto Angel, we're dead anyway, so that doesn't matter. By not cracking the Relic, we can draw. It means that Snapcaster is not an out for him, which I think it's more likely just Lightning Bolt in his hand and we're dead. But that's nothing we do on this turn matters if that's the case. Besides keeping Kira back to preemptively chump block, which is obviously not a real winning strategy. Our opponent's using mana to play Blessed Alliance. Okay, well is something I considered. Ultimately, nothing we can do about it, though. Still can't beat a Snapcaster. Oh gosh, and he gained life too. Alright, well, that's pretty bad. Blessed Alliance was always going to be a problem. Alright, I think I cracked this. I think I popped this now. Because now we can't beat Snapcaster regardless without our... You know, we were out of Akira, so... Okay, well, that's not very good. Yeah, you just had the Bolt. We could never win. Like I said, we would have to preemptively chump block, and that was just never going to be a winning line. And we were never going to beat Blessed Alliance anyway, so... Alright, good match. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that matchup's supposed to... It's certainly winnable. You can see how close those games were. But... I don't know if the green... I think the green helped, because I think the Branch Walker there is better than, you know, what we would have if we were just straight blue. So, I don't know. Close match. Good games.